Okay, hi. Again, I'm Andrea Nichols. I'm
Yeah.
the second year student at the Rollins School of Public Health. Um, so, a lot of what I was going to talk about, Emory and Emiko already covered because I was with them the entire time. Talk about what? Yeah, I have so much to talk about. um, so, yeah, they covered how we got into jail. They were gosh, I don't even know how to even begin to verbalize how I'm feeling right now. I'm what I've been through in the past 24 hours have I've seen I've been through the ugliest, most soul-destroying moments of my entire life. I've never felt such despair as I have in the past 24 hours. Yet, within that 24 hours, I have felt and seen these glimmers of hope and beauty and friendship and solidarity and support that kept me going. Sharing a cell with Amariah and Emiko, since they split up the men and the women, was amazing. I was able to deepen our relationship to a whole new level. I mean, how many people can say, like, oh yeah, we spent like 13 and a half hours together in jail. And, there were some funny moments like, they didn't buckle up me or Amariah in the car. We were like, hey, we need our seatbelts. And Emiko put her leg over us as if it would protect us from a crash. But it was really sweet anyway. There were, moments where I felt like that tiny, cold, hard, fluorescently lit jail cell with 15 to 20 other women at any given time who were pregnant, who were there for a few of them were pregnant, and a few of them, were there for just the most absurd reasons. We were able to. I was able to see just the ugliest and most beautiful things all at once. It was like a microcosm of everything that is just awful in the world, that like racial oppression that we tried to point out and we got yelled at by the guards. We this I mean I don't even know who, like, we heard so many stories, stories that made me cry, stories that made me laugh. Um, there was a woman in the cell who was kind of like the matriarch of the group, and like Emiko said, she took off her little thin t-shirt and put it over someone else. We were cracking jokes. Emiko's smile, like, I didn't know someone could smile that much. Like, there were people in the cell who were just like, the most stony-faced women, and they would just look over at Emiko and then just laugh. And they were just like, I can't look at her and not smile and laugh. The spirit was going, and knowing that people were there on the outside, people were in support of this, and it wasn't just us going out for an adventure and like, ooh, let's get in the paper and get arrested. Like Roger was saying earlier, it was like we felt like this was the time. I mean, we've been talking about like, the possibility of being arrested for a long time, and this was the time that was right. This was the time that the administration was clearly out of line. They forcibly removed us in a space that we've been for the past 6 days that we were never told to leave before. We were never told that we were in violation of any rule or policy. And suddenly they give us 5 minutes to leave. And then the administration mandates our arrests, their own students. That was about as equally as disgusting to me as all of the injustice that I saw at the jail. The fact that Emory, who claims to support free speech, does not support free speech if it's not in alignment with what they believe. I am so sorry because I haven't had any sleep. I slept on a random woman's thigh for
Woo!
about 12 minutes. So I'm not very coherent right now, but I do want to say that, like I said this earlier, this has been the momentum that I've seen here has been unprecedented. Um, you know, workers have come by, and like Joe said, workers have come by on their own accord and have confided in us and have spoken to us about what they're going through at work. Um, they see us as the group to approach, because the redress, as people have said, is the formal redress routes aren't working. There's got to be something else that happens for these workers. I mean, they can't, the ways that President Wagner and that the managers of Sodexo say that should work for them, the avenues that they have to address their concerns aren't working. We need to have something else. We need for Emory to have a role in making that happen. So I guess that's all I have. Thanks for listening, guys.
Woo! Have a riot!